Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa, in my pocket!
Oh, it's a hot day for tea. Shouldn't they be having juice?
My friend Dora had come to play, and when Dora comes, we have to play with Jemima's old dolls.
Look! We've even got a chef.
Ah, Pedro Perfecto. You are, Pedro, a jammy jumbly biscuit for your customers.
We were all having fun, but guess who'd come to look after us?
Oh, I have never been so hot in all my life.
Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Green gloop, that's what I need.
Green gloop is spinach and sprout shake. It's just one of the revolting things she makes.
Oh, yum. Right, now come on, got to clear all this lot away.
What?
Why?
We are expecting a visitor.
Who?
Mrs. McWhiskit, that's who.
The Mrs. McWhiskit? From Mrs. McWhiskit Cooks for the Country?
The very one, Grandpa.
Mrs. McWhiskit has a TV cooking show.
I met her in Miss Smiley's cafe. She is in Sunnysands gathering exciting new recipes. I said to her, if you are gathering exciting new recipes, you have come to the right place. I am going to make her the tea of her life.
Jammy jumbly biscuit?
Oh, I'm planning a whole lot more than a jammy jumbly biscuit, Grandpa. A whole lot more.
Oh yes, today there would be more than a biscuit for Mrs. McWhiskit. Mrs. McWhiskit does a TV show called Mrs. McWhiskit Cooks for the Country. She is great at stirring and whisking and mashing. And she makes really extraordinary food, like the Jelly Mountain, and the Vegetable Volcano, and the Field of Fruit.
Ah, field of fruit. That's my favourite Mrs. McWhiskit recipe.
We'd set up the dolls' tea party again, but we weren't going to have much time to play.
Jason! Dora!
Coming!
In fact, Jason, if Aunt Loretta is going to try and make some of her revolting food for Mrs. McWhiskit, I think we ought to try and stop her. And to do that, I need to be small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Now, as you know, when Grandpa's small, he can run so fast I can't catch him. He can fly off in my toy plane. He can whiz about in my toy car. I had no idea where he'd got to or what he was planning.
Jason!
I had to go and help Great Aunt Loretta to make Mrs. McWhiskit's tea.
Trust Grandpa to have gone for a little lie down. Ah! Right now then, have we got everything ready for sardines and bananas on toast, cauliflower cake with cockles and jam, seaweed jelly and mustard, and lobster and lettuce ice cream. Ooh.
Great Aunt Loretta was making her weirdest tea ever. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Grandpa running in. And guess what? He was dressed as Pedro Perfecto. He jumped onto the dresser and then told me to get everyone out in the garden.
A bit of seaweed in the jelly.
Great Aunt Loretta, why don't we pick some tomatoes from the garden? I think they'd go really well with the,
Lobster and lettuce ice cream?
Ooh, you're really catching on, you two. Ooh, go on then, out you go.
So we went into the garden and Great Aunt Loretta went to the dresser.
Oh, I thought I told them to put all the dolls in the other room. Oh, I don't like the looks of you. Shifty looking you are.
So Great Aunt Loretta thought Grandpa was a doll.
And Mrs. McWhiskit won't like dogs in the kitchen, so you watch out.
Meanwhile, Grandpa had jumped off the dresser and was now on the kitchen table. He started to knock things off. First the sardine tins, then the banana, then the mustard jar, then the cockles, then the jam, then the lobster, then the lettuce, and finally the open tub of ice cream. The temptation of ice cream was too much for Wolfie. Well, after all, it was a very hot day. The second part of Grandpa's plan was to hide everything. But then he heard the doorbell. And then he heard this.
Ah, what's going on in here? Oh, oh, you, that dog. That dog, it's been all over this table. Oh, I feel all hot and peculiar. Oh, but I can get a bowl out there for the tomato.
Grandpa quickly hid behind the toaster.
Oh, come on, hurry up. Any minute, Mrs. McWhiskit will be here.
Mrs. McWhiskit here. Oh, I rang the bell and didn't get an answer, so I came round the back.
Oh, afraid the tea's not quite ready yet.
Tea's not quite ready, you say? My dear, the tea is all over the floor, and there's a wee scraggy-looking dog eating ice cream out of the tub. How perfectly horrible. Shoo, you! Shoo! This is no place for dogs.
I was just going to mash some tomatoes for the tomato sauce.
I'll do the
To go with ice
mashing.
cream. Oh.
I'm not just a great whisker. I'm a great masher, too.
Ah! Oh, you squirted me. Oh, I don't want to be squirted. Here, I'll do the mashing.
Oh.
And Great Aunt Loretta chased her around the table.
Come on, give it to me. I'll do it.
Oh, a lobster just tripped me up. Oh, out to the kitchen, you two. This is no place for wee children. This is a health hazard.
It's perfectly harmless.
Take it away.
It won't hurt you.
No, I don't like the whiskery bits. Put it down. Thank you, Loretta. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so hot. Is it always this hot in Sunnysands?
No, it's an especially hot day. What you need is a glass of green gloop. Nothing like a glass of green gloop to cool you.
So that's how you cool down in Sunnysands, is it? You get covered in glue.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Oh, I'm getting a towel. Mrs. McWhiskit's covered in glue.
And Great Aunt Loretta dashed upstairs.
Should we go in?
No! I needed an idea.
Tell you what, go and help Great Aunt Loretta find a towel. I'll listen here.
I knew Grandpa would be up to something any minute.
Sunnysands, eh? Oh, I'd heard such great things about the place. Miss Smiley's cafe is full of wonderful recipes, but here, there's bunkers. Lobster ice cream and green gloop and a tiny wee chef. A tiny wee chef.
Pedro Perfecto, at your service.
This time, Grandpa had gone too far.
What would you like, huh? I can make anything in the world. I can make a spaghetti, a macaroni, linguine, tortellini, pizza with a crispy base, pizza with a not-so-crispy base,
Grandpa was going through every dish he knew.
the frankfurters, the fries. How you like some ice cream, huh?
A wee chef is talking to me. A wee chef is talking to me.
And with that, she ran into the garden.
She's run into the garden. I think she's just very hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered. Oh,
A wee chef was talking to me.
a chef? Where?
In there, a wee talking chef.
Don't be silly.
Just then, the doorbell rang.
That'll be your mum, Dora. Quick, you've got to go.
Before I knew it, Grandpa was back on the table, but he had to hide. He dived under the lobster and...
Did he talk to you? Did the chef talk to you?
No, the lobster! The lobster ran across the table towards me.
Come up here, where they can't get at us.
So they looked at each other, looked at the pond, and decided to jump. Then they decided to laugh.
I think we just got hot and bothered.
I think we just needed to cool down.
Great Aunt Loretta! Catch!
I left them playing in the pond, and I ran inside to find Grandpa.
I've put Pedro's clothes back on him, Jason.
Well done, Grandpa. Now cap off, quick! So Grandpa took off his cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, well, Jason, we stopped Aunt Loretta from making her weird food for Mrs. McWhiskit.
Yes, Grandpa. And I think they're going to be friends for life now.
Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork.
Later, Great Aunt Loretta and Mrs. McWhiskit were definitely friends for life.
I was so hot and bothered, I thought I was chased by a lobster.
And I thought a wee chef was talking to me.
What would you like? I can do a spaghetti, macaroni, linguine, jammy jomly.
Do you know something? He sounded just like that, the wee chef.
family in Hairyland, and we're the Hairy Fairies, telling all the stories
and the singing in a band.
We had a little accident with our magic and turned the world hairy.
Oh, how tragic!
We've run out of spells in our hairy fairy tree,
But they don't care.
they love to be hairy. The HaHa Hairies, finding all the laughter in Hairyland. Ma, Pa,
And Minnie.
and don't forget there's Nanna.
And HaHa, the hairy pet.
But up on the hill in Chateau Shampoo, there's Boris Boo-hoo.
And Boise, too.
Boris is trouble, you wait and see. But they don't care, they love to be hairy. The HaHa Hairies.
So, Chris, what do you reckon? Music practice then tea, or tea then music practice?
Yo, get off, Fuzzer Buzzer.
Well, Chris. Oh, hi there. Visitors, Chris.
What? Oh, hi. Sorry, just having a few problems with this very annoying Fuzzer Buzzer.
Fuzzer buzzers are always after food. He must want to nibble you, Chris.
He'd better not. What does he think I am, a hairy pear pie?
Oh, that's made me think of a story. Do you want to hear it?
Get off!
It all started one sunny day when we were riding around Hairyland looking for adventure.
Whoa!
Hairyland, round Hairyland.
I am quick.
And I am Wiggy
With a hairy fairy band.
Ma, Pa and Minnie were very excited. Nanna had made one of their favourite treats.
Hairy pear pie.
They couldn't wait for pie.
But Nanna had other ideas.
Before they had pie, she was going to paint a fabulous hairy picture.
Well, you know what Nanna's like.
Nanna's a Hairyland artist. Nanna can draw like a dream.
She can spray, she can glue,
She can do collage too.
and sometimes she paints with ice cream.
Yes, ice cream.
Nanna's always laughing.
But if she goes too far, she lifts off her toes and up she goes. Yes, up goes Nanna.
Up goes Nanna, up goes Nanna, ha-ha! And today, Nanna was going to paint a fabulous hairy picture of the HaHa Hairies.
Then they could all have hairy pear pie.
Yep, this was the day the Hairies posed for pie.
The HaHa Hairies got themselves into a pose.
But Nanna didn't think it was quite right.
So they got themselves into another pose.
But Nanna didn't like that either.
So Nanna put them into a pose.
At last, Nanna was happy. Now, all they had to do was keep still and not move a muscle. Oh, Nits, it's a fuzzer-buzzer.
You know what he's after.
Hairy pear pie. Buzz, buzz,
Buzz, buzz, buzz. The fuzzer-buzzer loves to fuzz, buzz, buzz. When it wants to eat, it sniffs something sweet.
Hairy pear pie is its favourite treat.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, 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 buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. The fuzzer-buzzer loves to fuzz, buzz, buzz. It buzzes through the sky.
And buzzes round the pie, and nobody can stop it, not you or I.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, 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 buzz. But up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone could smell the pie. Can you guess who?
Boris, boo-hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris had to find out where that delicious smell was coming from, so he picked up his hairy stary. And he found it on the picnic table outside Nanna's arty den.
No more hairy toast for Boris. He had other plans for breakfast.
Boise arrived, and Boris told him to sit down and wait right there.
So now Boris needed, yes, you guessed it, a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Pablo Paintalotto, the famous Hairyland artist.
Meanwhile, back at Nanna's arty den, the fuzzer-buzzer was buzzing around Pa.
Oh, Nits, it's Boris. At least I think it's Boris.
Shush!
It was time for Pablo Paintalotto to make his entrance.
Everyone was amazed to see Pablo Paintalotto, especially Nanna, who was a big fan.
Not only was Pablo Paintalotto the most famous artist in Hairyland, he could get rid of fuzzer-buzzers.
Nanna introduced the HaHa Hairies one by one.
So how's Boris going to get his hands on the hairy pear pie then?
I think we're about to find out.
Pablo Paintalotto declared that he would paint the picture of the HaHa Hairies.
Which meant that Nanna could be in the picture too.
So Pablo Paintalotto put them all into a pose. Then he told them to close their eyes.
Which the HaHa Hairies thought was rather odd. Huh? But this was Pablo Paintalotto, the most famous artist in Hairyland.
So they thought they'd better do as they were told.
Now was Boris Boohoo's chance. He picked up the hairy pear pie and was just about to make off with it when who should arrive but...
Boise! Boise was very tired because he hadn't had any breakfast. So he'd come to look for Boris.
He was very surprised to see Pablo Paintalotto in the garden.
Boris forgot he was in disguise and gave Boise the pie.
Just then, Boise saw Minnie.
And this happened.
The HaHa Hairies opened their eyes and saw Pablo Paintalotto with the pie. They thought it was a bit odd.
Boris had to think of an excuse. So he told them the greedy fuzzer-buzzer had been after it.
But he'd rescued the pie and chased the fuzzer-buzzer away.
That's bad. Boris has just made that up.
Yep, afraid so.
I wonder what the fuzzer-buzzer will think about that.
Ma said she'd take the pie inside, but Pablo Paintalotto said no, he'd look after it.
Boris put the pie down and told the HaHa Hairies to get back into their pose.
But now Boris had to do something about Boise. So he said he should be in the picture too.
Boris told everyone to close their eyes.
Then he picked up the hairy pear pie again. He was just about to run off with it when this happened.
The fuzzer-buzzer buzzed back. He wasn't going to let Pablo Paintalotto run off with that pie. No way. The HaHa Hairies thought Pablo Paintalotto had rescued the hairy pear pie from the fuzzer-buzzer again.
But of course, it was the fuzzer-buzzer that had rescued the pie from Boris.
Pablo Paintalotto was Nanna's hero.
And to say a big thank you to Pablo, Nanna decided she would paint a special picture of just him. Okay, Wiggy, we got the message.
While Nanna painted Pablo Paintalotto, the most famous artist in Hairyland, everyone else had hairy pear pie.
And Boris just had to stay still while they ate it.
Did Pablo Paintalotto ever get any hairy pear pie?
Don't think so. Maybe a few crumbs.
Boris Boohoo never learns, does he?
No, never.
Hey, Quiz. The fuzzer-buzzer's gone.
Yay!
So, music practice then tea, or tea then music practice?
Oh, it's got to be tea, then music practice. All that talk of hairy pear pie has made me hungry.
Okay, then. Quiz, can you hear what I can hear?
Yeah.